Alright, this is IMAX Nation 1980 here with a quick Blu-ray update. I only got 2 Blu-rays in the last couple of weeks, so yeah, been kind of behind with my Blu-ray collection, but I'll pick up, I'll start getting more soon. Got Heavy Metal. This is a 1981 animated cult classic featuring a great soundtrack from several rock bands and artists from the time. Black Sabbath and Cheap Trick and so many others. I mean, I have the soundtrack. It's got a great soundtrack. I mean, I wouldn't call it a great film. It's kind of a decent film. It's kind of like the animation isn't very good. Most of it is rotoscope, although there are some very, interesting special effects in the film. I mean, that's pretty good for its time. And it's just enjoyable. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure in a way. Most people tend to say it's a guilty pleasure. You got some promo stuff here, 3D. And good thing it has artwork on the inside. And nice artwork on the disc there. And this is from the Captain Stern segment of the film. It's pretty nice. I like the packaging. And this is a Best Buy only exclusive. You can only get this at Best Buy. Which, if you don't have a Best Buy in your local area, that wouldn't be very fair, but yeah. And do I recommend it? Well, they didn't carry over all the bonus material from the DVD, although they did keep the work print, but it looks like they blew up the aspect ratio of the work print to fit today's widescreen TVs, and you got the deleted scenes, of course, and Carl Masick's commentary and all that, and the Imagining Heavy Metal documentary. The aspect ratio for the actual film seemed kind of different. I mean, it looked like they kind of cropped the image a little bit. I mean, I only watched parts of the film, but I'm going to have to watch the whole thing, and then I'm going to have to watch the DVD and compare. It's also sorry about that, region free. And yeah, I somewhat recommend it. I think the sound is an improvement from the DVD. Some of it sounded a little muddy, but parts of it sounded very loud. Like, the songs, they sounded louder than the DVD. And that's what I liked about the set. So yeah, I somewhat recommend getting this. I think it's the only time, unless in a couple years from now they reissue it. But I guess it's your best bet if you want the film on Blu-ray. If you're looking for more bonus features and you've never seen the film and you want more bonus features, then seek out the original DVD. You could probably get it on Amazon or something. So yeah, that was Heavy Metal. We got Social Network, a great film. It's up for Best Picture, and it's gotten several other nominations. Packaging for this is kind of weird, but if you haven't seen this film yet, I mean, it's not a slipcover. You take this thing off. If you haven't seen this film yet, I definitely recommend it. It is a great film. And let's look at the discs. We got the jacket here. Some images from the film. The discs look kind of plain, but they still got the film's logo on it and all that, so that's nice. Yeah, this is a good film. I think some of the reviews are kind of overhyping it a bit. Like, I remember seeing one review and it said it's the first great film of the 21st century. And I think that's kind of pushing it, I think, because there were several other great films released in the last 10 years, like Memento, I think, and Slumdog Millionaire, and those were all great films. I don't get why that critic said it was the first great film of the 21st century. It is not the first great film of the 21st century, but, it was quite a movie, and I guess that's why the critics are loving it. I mean, I loved it too, but sometimes when a movie catches on, they tend to overrate it a bit, even more so. And I give this movie a 10 out of 10. But I think the critics, some of the critics are kind of pushing it to the next level when they make statements like that, like, oh, the first great film of the 21st century. I mean, I'm not upset about that. I think it's just I think it's kind of hype. It's like hyperbole in a way, but definitely see this film. I mean, I know some people said, I don't know if I want to see that. It's like, who wants to go see a movie about Facebook? But it is much more than that. It's a well-written drama with an excellent screenplay. I definitely recommend it. And if you've never seen heavy metal before, well, if you're into, it's kind of a comedy, it's a little bit of sci-fi. I recommend it if you're looking for like 80s animation. It's a notable film from the 1980s, which was the early 1980s, which was kind of like kind of like when animation was struggling. But if you've never seen it before and you're want to see tons of animated films you've never seen before, then I definitely recommend it. So that was my quick Blu-ray update. I'll get more Blu-rays soon. Maybe my next update will be at the beginning of March. Alright, that was my Blu-ray update. This is IMAX Nation 1980, signing off.